Have a good trip.
Thanks. See you, Larry.
Morning, this is Amtrak southbound train 774. This train is en route to San Diego. Make an intermediate stop. Business class up in the very rear of the train. All of the cars on reserve coach.
Why is this the station? Why is this ours? Why is this the
Because that gets us back on the train, right?
We will in a little bit. Different train.
Jason? Oh, okie dokie. Yeah, we can
Different
fix
one
it.
is a different way.
Yeah,
You need just a pointer or something, or hold something.
Thank you.
So you are?
I'm Grant House on the City Council.
What's going on today?
Oh, we're having National Train Day 2012, and it's really exciting. Look at all the people that are here.
And what does it mean, National Train Day? Is it train consciousness?
It's an awareness of the value of traveling by rail, how fun it is, how easy it is, how effective it is. Just coming down from Santa Barbara here to Carpinteria, it's just so smooth. Wow.
What's the view like? Is it different than the freeway?
Yeah, it's like flying, but really close to the ground.
And what's the plan for today?
Today we're here in Carpinteria right now, and we're going to be taking the next train back to Santa Barbara just in a few minutes. There'll be a press conference, and where you'll get a chance to see the model train sets that are up, and just the energy around rail and train travel. It's just so much fun.
Okay, well, nice to see you, Greg.
It's great to see you, Larry.
She's 2.5.
I got a lady waving at me.
And 9 months. He's 4.5.
Chugga, 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 chugga. Chugga, chugga, chugga.
So what did you think of the train ride?
It was really fun. Our first time.
Did you like it? I like your hat.
Thank you.
That's all good. And what did you think?
I thought it was great. It was a really nice thing for the community.
What did you think of the train ride?
Train ride was super fun,
Was it
huh?
fun?
You see the
That's
little
good.
trains.
The first time on the train?
Oh, nice. And what did you think?
Oh, we thought it was great.
Were they scared at all, or was it fun?
No, they're very excited. They know about trains, they love trains, and their first time being on a real one was fantastic for them.
It was really cool.
Okay, nice.
Great time.
Thank you.
Okay, hold on. All the train arrangements, like the train station.
There's a short rope, and there's a medium rope, and there's a long rope. If they were all the same length,
Yeah, this way.
if all the ends were equal, they'd be the same length. When I was your age, I knew everything too.
No, you
Okay, so I put all the ends together, and now the ends.
So why are you here
Okay,
today?
they're not really. The same.
Well, we coming from Santa Barbara, the National Train Day, and then we have a nice ride for them.
Playing on the train.
We're in Santa Barbara and San Carpinteria right now. We have fun.
Okay, well, thank you. Nice to see
Sure,
you.
no problem.
I might do this.
So, what are you up to today?
Oh, just doing a train day and doing it. I think it's my 5th year, 4th year, however long they've been doing it, and it's been a lot of fun.
Why do you support it?
It's a nice way to get around, and I've used it to go down to Camarillo to visit friends, and it's been a nice experience.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I support train travel in general, and I think it's a very efficient and fun way to commute and to get from point A to point B. And I think that we all need to just take the train for fun sometimes too, because you realize what a great ride it is and beautiful scenery, and these train stops and stations like this Carpinteria one is just a gorgeous little station, and it's just a really comfortable way to get around.
Why are you here?
I saw an article in the newspaper about the train ride.
And where are you from?
Santa Barbara.
Okay. Was it fun? Good. Did you like it?
I did. First time, I really enjoyed it.
Okay. Really?
Yes.
Was it different in any way than you thought it would be?
I felt like I was floating compared to a car where you feel all the road.
Oh, huh.
Where this way it was just, like I said, it felt like you were floating. So it was great. I liked it.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you. Oh, behind you.
Why do you support Coast?
Well, she loves trains, and every time a train goes by, she wants to wave, and she hears them in the distance, and she wants to see it. And so when we heard about Train Day, we thought this would be a great opportunity for her to go on a train and to experience it herself.
Why do you think she likes trains so much?
Why do you like trains?
Because they're my favorite.
Because they're her favorite.
Okay, well, nice to see you.
Thank you.
Love the train. We're really appreciative of the City of Santa Barbara support this event, and appreciate you for being here. Larry on the man on the train.
Man on the train. What do you think trains are good? Why are trains so good?
Trains are good. You know, there's a number of things that really make trains so important to the infrastructure of our country, transportation primarily, and then also distribution of goods. So it's a huge convenience for those who live close, and so hopefully with all of this, it'll create awareness. People more the train, which would increase the availability of the number of trains, so make it a lot more convenient for people. So the train is invaluable.
In terms of the transportation of goods, do you know if it's more economical on a train than on trucks, or?
You know, that's a really good question. I know that Warren Buffett just purchased. He just purchased another railroad, so there must be some good things that come from it. I don't know the cost difference, but trains are great.
And historically, they've done well too.
Yeah, they have. Okay. Yes.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks so much.
Angry Birds. Because I worked at Q's.
So, did you ride on the train today?
Yes, we did.
Was it fun?
It was a lot of fun. It was her first train ride.
Really? Was she scared?
No, she loves trains.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she has lots of trains at home.
Really? She has trains at home?
Mm-hmm. She had trains. I had trains. My grandfather used to be an electrical engineer in Illinois for the railroad.
Really?
So I used to play on the actual train tracks as he'd go out and change the electrical.
We watched the train every day on the freeway, driving from Goleta to Santa Barbara, where she goes to school.
Nice.
Yeah.
Have you been on this train before?
I haven't. In a
the last time we were on this train was when she was about the same age as her daughter.
Oh, really?
And we went down to San Diego, and it was a lot of fun. It was a big train ride. But you know, having been on it just today, I think I'd like to do it again. Actually, this makes sort of a fun little trip just to come down here, go to the beach.
Between where and where?
Santa Barbara. We live in Santa Barbara.
In Carpinteria?
Yeah. So this is just a fun little trip to come down. I'm thinking about trying to get my mother to do it. You know, she lives in Orange County. She's in her 80s. So this would be a nice thing for her to do. I forgot how fun it is. It's good.
Yeah, it was exciting. I like the train. I don't ever get to use it, so this will be a nice little trip to come down here more often, and she loves it.
It's nice that girls are into trains too. When I was a little boy, I wasn't aware that girls were into, but now boys and girls are into trains.
We had our Lionels.
What was that?
We had our Lionel trains.
Oh, that's true.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now it's Chuggington. She likes her Chuggington choo-choo trains that talk to each other.
Really?
Yeah. Every morning we watch Chuggington.
On TV?
Yes.
Okay.
And Polar Express.
Oh, nice.
Yes.
Well, thank you, ladies.
Thank you. Bye.
Come here.
She's so excited.
And she is.
She was so excited before coming. Yeah.
So tell me again, who are you and why are you here?
I'm here. My name is Paula Perotti. I'm a city council member from Goleta. And I'm here traveling by train to Carpinteria, and then we're taking the train back to support traveling by train. I started traveling by train when my daughter was very young. She refused to sit in a car seat, and so being safety conscious that I am, I said, okay, what do we do? So we decided, well, let's try the train, and she loved it, and so we started traveling by train. And I still continue to travel by train. Just last week I went down to Los Angeles to a conference, and it was held actually at Union Station.
And where's that? Union Station? Is that downtown?
In Los Angeles.
Downtown LA?
Yes, downtown LA. And they actually, 16 years ago, they built a conference center. It's called Gateway Plaza, and it's right behind Union Station. And so they held their conference there. And Union Station is just bustling. You know, they've got their Metrolink station there. They've got, actually they have an area where their buses come in from the airport, flyaway bus to their station. So it's just an incredible opportunity for people to travel. Another way to travel, an alternative way of traveling. So I'm a big supporter of traveling by train.
Okay, well, keep up the good work in Goleta.
Thank you. Got loud.
Someone's scared. Train's here. Stand back, please.
What did you notice? Can you tell me that again?
You don't have the clickety-clack sound, the wheels going over the divisions between the rails.
Because they've changed the rails to be more quiet, right?
Yep, put them continuous. Took the joints out.
Where are we now?
Summerland. By the Santa Barbara Cemetery.
Santa Barbara next. About 4 minutes now, Santa Barbara.
What's that?
Montecito Country Club.
Santa Barbara people, Santa Barbara Station coming right up.
Hi.
Hey. Be the first person off the train and smoke fast. We won't be here long. Santa Barbara Station is next.
We're here.
We're here. Are we here?
Yep.
Everybody have your fingers? Do you have your fingers? Okay, now take your fingers and put them at the ends of your arms and put them out like this. Like that? Like that? I want to see big. Big, 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 big. Everybody down here, let's get you in here. Now I'm going to slip around to the back. And when I count to 3, everybody put your arms out really, 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 really big. 1, 2, 3. All right, everybody. You want to do it one more time? Okay, the last time. Here we go. 1,
Put your hands up.
2, 3. This is National Train Day Celebration 2012, put on by Coastal Rail Now and Coast, and sponsored by the Rail Passenger Association of California. Paul Dyson, the man with a hat, come on up here. Let's be appreciating this young man here for supporting this incredible effort. Paul Dyson, Rail Passenger Association of California. Paul, why don't you give us a word of encouragement?
Hey, listen guys, you don't want to listen to the speeches all morning, but here's just a few points. I live down in Burbank, and I got to tell you, it's always a great day to come to Santa Barbara, isn't it? But since I've been coming up here for the last 30 years, the population of Oxnard is about 4 times what it used to be. And you know, the answer that everybody seems to choose is, well, let's add another lane to the freeway. Well, we've got to start thinking differently to that. I mean, we've got to start adding another track to the railroad and running more passenger trains, right? But really important to remember, today is National Train Day. If you want more passenger trains, you've got to use the ones you got. So think about taking more days out. Take a ride up to San Luis Obispo. It's one of the most beautiful rides in the country. Take a ride down to LA. Take your kids to the museums. Use the trains that we got, and then we'll be able to justify having more trains in the future. Thank you all of you for attending this event. Thanks to the City Council members around the house. Great to see Roger Horton, former City Council member here, has been a huge supporter. And thanks to all of you again for supporting this. And back to you, Grant.
Thank you, Paul. We're very fortunate to have incredibly supportive elected with us today. Paula Perotti was here a few minutes ago from Goleta. She had to go to another event. We have Assembly Member Das Williams and First District Supervisor Salute Carvajal. And here's the Mayor of Santa Barbara, Eileen Schneider. Let's give her a chance to say a word to all of you.
Good morning, I'm Das Williams, I'm your state legislator, and I just want to thank you for coming here to celebrate National Train Day. You might not know what the celebration is based off of. It's based off of the 143rd anniversary of the first transcontinental railroad that we had linking the two coasts. And I think the best way, as Mr. Dyson said, that we can celebrate is by taking the train. I tell you, I take the train a couple of days a week, either between here and the Burbank Airport, because I go up and vote on your behalf in Sacramento, or in Sacramento there's a train called the Capital Corridor. It's a great service. They've got Wi-Fi now. It works. It's very relaxing. They've got plugs on the train for all your electronic devices, and there's food, and it's actually gotten very good. The other thing I wanted to mention is that we have the opportunity to get even better rail service in this state, which is the high-speed rail. You guys have probably heard about it recently. It's probably been knocked around a lot. But I'll tell you a couple good pieces of news. Number one, they just did a lot of work to try to trim the costs and shaved off $30 billion of costs off of what it will cost. The other aspect of something that I just want you to think about is something the governor said to me and said to all legislators. He said the question of when has a good mass transit effort ever been bad for the economy? And I just thought, you know, I think about history, I know a lot about history. I thought about in 2,000 years, there's never been a mass transit program that's been bad for an economy, never. So it's something we should think about, and just think about it off of your own self-interest. LA to San Francisco in 2 hours and 40 minutes. Okay? Now, judging that I spend 7 to 8 hours driving each way between here and Sacramento, often to vote on your behalf, that sounds like a great effort to get done. The last thing I wanted to do is just thank you for having the kids here. This is amazing. You know, and the best way to get mass transit going is to get them into it from the very beginning. And behind you, you have a great exposition. Not only the train that we get right now, the Surfliner, and if you have never taken it up, I'm a surfer. So you get to see parts of the California coast that take hours and hours to walk into. And then what we really need to get is good Metrolink service. You're going to get daily service of commuter rail. So with that, I want to turn it over to Salud, our county supervisor. Tell you it's an honor to serve you in the state legislature, and anytime you need something, don't be hesitant about coming by our office on Anapamu and Chapala. Thank you, Don.
We're so blessed to have Dawson Sacramento. He's truly doing great things for us. You know, I have a few remarks to say, but first let me start by thanking those that have really come before us in making sure this train idea takes foot. And I want to thank Mr. Dennis Story. Where's Mr. Story? Where are you? For being a consummate advocate. Believe me, we get his calls, we have meetings. Mr. Roger Horton, who was instrumental initially in really pushing this idea and making us all believe that we could. KK is here with Assert, certainly Mayor Schneider, Mr. House, now Kathy, and Mr. Williams. I got to tell you, this is an idea that's been a culmination of the entire community working on commuter rail for our area. And in celebration of National Train Day today, I want to just share a few things with you that Mayor Schneider and I in particular have the distinction and honor to be working on for you as your representatives from SBCAG to the LOSAN Board, which is the rail corridor agency that exists to manage rail issues from San Diego all the way to San Luis Obispo. And as you know, Measure A passed and allocated $25 million for us to work on developing a commuter rail solution. And to build on all those efforts that all the people that I mentioned earlier have worked on for many, many years. Well, Mayor Schneider and I and SBCAG, we're on the cusp of really making something happen. We're working on a proposal that may come to light sooner rather than later, that's going to put in place a commuter rail program for us. We're working with LOSAN to take over, like the northern capital corridor, take over the Amtrak Surfliner, so that we can have more control of how much and how well we can utilize it in the entire corridor. A lot of things are happening. I won't bore you with the minutia, but I just want to thank Mayor Schneider, because she and I are your tag team on LOSAN. And I'm just so privileged to represent you and to work with all of you, and thank you so much for helping us improve our community just a little bit more every day. Thank you. And now I'd like to introduce our Honorable Mayor, Helene Schneider.
Thank you. I'm your mayor, you're my supervisor. There you go. No, really, Salud has really been quite the leader on LOSAN. He's on the executive committee. I serve as the alternate to SBCAG, and he's right. We've been working on commuter rail for, well, I've now been at City Hall. This is my 9th year at City Hall, and I've never seen as much progression towards something that's actually going to happen than I have right now. I mean, it's really exciting to see, and we hope in the next several months we're going to be able to announce some really great changes where that can really bring another option to people coming up from Ventura County to Santa Barbara and Goleta. Not only that, in the last few months there's significant funding that came from both the state and the federal government into rail enhancements, the sidings. There's $6.1 million now going into the rail corridor. So I want you to help me. I did this before, and I think we're almost there. You know the book, The Little Blue Engine That Could, right? Oh, yeah. And it starts, I think I can, I think I can. But it goes, I know we can, I know we can. So you're going to join me, right? I know we can, 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 I know we can. Thank you for being here today.
Before I give it back to Mr. House, I just want to recognize Alex Pujol, another person who's been instrumental in these issues. And Mr. Scott Spalding with SBCAG, who is on a rail executive working on all these issues. Mr. Spalding.
So Kathy Murillo has joined us from the City Council of Santa Barbara. You can see you've got a really solid base of elected support. I want to just acknowledge a few more people while we have the chance. First of all, Ken Kelly, the South Coast Society of Model Engineers, Coast Joint Trade Club. Thank you very much. What an incredible group. We're waiting to have that here. Oh, there you are. Thank you very much. Thank you. Bob, and Bob Hunt Thunder from the Gold Modular Railroad Club with this incredible modeling over here on this other side. Let's give them a hand. Thank you very much. Thank you for being here. So the Coast Board members that are here, some have been acknowledged. Alex Peugeot, Lee Moldaver, Dennis Story, Roger Horton, all are here. KK Holland with a cert. Thank you all so much for the hard work you put into this every day. There is so much going on supporting rail. This is a fundamental question. Why should everyone be stuck in traffic? It's crazy! And it's so much fun to ride the rail. So ladies and gentlemen, we're standing on the edge of a future of commuter rail service in this area. It'll take 2 to 4 years to happen, but it needs your support. Make sure your electeds know that you support this. Stand up for rail. Thank you everyone for coming. Thank you so much.
So, Salud, what do you like about riding the trains?
Well, I think riding the train affords you certain wonderful opportunities on so many different levels that are great. One is you're working on saving the environment by reducing car trips on the freeway. Certainly there's emissions that come out of the train, but when you consider the mass benefit that it creates, that's one thing. The other one is when you ride the train, you can actually relax and maximize that time for various relaxation, other personal needs. You can actually get work done while you're on the train. So you can utilize and make best use of that time while you're on the train.
Okay, well, nice to see you, sir.
Thank you.
Mayor Snyder.
Hello. Good.
Can I ask you what you like about riding the train?
Oh, it's relaxing. You're not in traffic. The view, especially the Surfliner view, which is the second busiest corridor in the country. It is. The Northeast corridor is the busiest. We're the second busiest. There's free Wi-Fi. I just recently, a couple weeks ago, had to go to Anaheim for a 2-hour meeting. And fortunately, they arranged the meeting so that you could take the train and go to the meeting and then go back. So it took all day. But the day was relaxing on the train. I read a book, I did my email, I just talked with friends or colleagues I was with. So much better than being in traffic.
And here on the South Coast, where are the stations?
Right now, we're at the Santa Barbara station. It's a historic landmark, restored a few years ago, over 100 years old. And it's just a lovely space.
And also other cities on the South Coast, Goleta and Carpinteria?
So yeah, the rail corridor, if you go you can go to Goleta, Santa Barbara, Carpinteria, Ventura, Oxnard, Camarillo, all the way down to San Diego. Some parts of it are right on the coast you can never see except for on the train. It's just absolutely gorgeous.
And if people commuted to work in Santa Barbara on the train, would that relieve traffic?
So people coming up as an option for people taking commuter rail up and then getting on the bus as soon as they get here to get to their final destination could really relieve congestion on the road. So even if you did it once or twice a week or once every other week, it's going to help relieve that congestion, especially because in the next 20 years the 101 between here and Ventura is going to have some sort of construction going on.
Okay, well thank you. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. Keep on training.
Well, hi, and you are?
Roger Horton.
And tell me, what do you like about the trains?
The trains are a wonderful thing for our environment, our economy. They promote efficiency. They are great for reducing our smog and improving air quality. And the price is very realistic. And I was a former city council member here, and I supported trains my whole 2 terms. And I think it's really the way of the future for our state.
Thank you. Well, hi, and you are?
Kathy Murillo with the Santa Barbara City Council.
Now, what do you like about trains?
They're fun to be on, but I think we're talking about having people commute to work to and from on a train, and maybe that can still be fun even though you're going to and from work. And it really is a possibility now. In fact, I think it's in the realm of probability, which is really cool. And I know people who live in other cities that have commuter rail, light rail, commuter rail, and it's a way of life. You take your computer, it has Wi-Fi, you don't get stuck on the freeway. But that's kind of a regional thing here in Santa Barbara, but I would like to always put in a good word for taking the bus and riding your bike to work and walking. It's so good for you. You just, have to leave a few minutes early, especially if you live downtown and work downtown Santa Barbara. So that would be my message today. And I'm trying to get out of my car as much as I can too.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
So you are?
I'm Scott Spalding with the Santa Barbara County Association of Governments. I'm a rail planner for the Regional Planning Agency.
And what is some of the things you have to do as a rail planner?
One of the things the Association of Governments is trying to do is put commuter rail in place from Ventura County to Santa Barbara and Goleta. We have Measure A funds that's allowing us to talk to the rail owner, which is Union Pacific, and to try to partner with Metrolink and Ventura County to try to get commuter rail in place to complement our commuter bus service, the Coastal Express.
Anything else viewers should know?
They should know that the regional government agencies, both Santa Barbara County, the Association of Governments, and the cities of Carpinteria, Santa Barbara, and Goleta are all working very hard to try to put commuter rail in place to offer commuters another alternative.
Well, thank you. Keep up the good work.
Sure thing.
And you are?
I'm KK Holland. I'm the project coordinator for ASSERT, which is a project of COAST, which is one of the sponsoring organizations for today.
And tell me about CERT and COAST, and what do they stand for?
So COAST is the Coalition for Sustainable Transportation, and we work on transit issues, multimodal transit issues, including pedestrian safety, bicycle safety, bus service and access, as well as rail. And ASSERT is our interregional project that works on transportation between Santa Barbara and Ventura counties, and that's what I'm mainly working on for COAST.
And what's the website if people want to learn more?
You can go to coastalcommuter.org for the ASSERT project, or for COAST you can go to coast-sb.org.
Is there anything you think the viewers should know about rail?
I think that it's a really important key regional part of our transit system, and if you take the bus or even if you drive, you're going to benefit from having good passenger rail and commuter-friendly services.
Okay, well thanks. Keep up the good work.
Thanks.
So who are you and what do you have here?
My name's Bob Mender. I'm president of the Gold Coast Modular Railroad Club. We're based in Oxnard, a club of about 25 members, and this is our traveling layout. We take it every year to the Ventura County Fair. We bring it up here to National Train Day, and we also bring it to Railfest in Fillmore. We have a very large layout in Oxnard, California at the Murphy Automobile Museum. It is all HO scale, which is half of what the original Lionel was. It's 1/87th scale of real. So if this was 87 times larger, it would be a real train like would run past this passenger terminal. And like I said, we have our maiden layout in Oxnard, about 1,700 square foot layout, much bigger than this. But this is our traveling layout.
Now, if people want to find out more information, what website or phone number?
Our website is GMNRC, Gold Coast Modular Railroad Club, GCNRC.com. And we also are listed in Wikipedia. We're under railroad clubs. You'll find the Gold Coast Modular Railroad Club. It links to our website. And there's also brochures that we can hand out to people.
Okay, one more time, the name of your organization?
The Gold Coast Modular Railroad Club.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
Well, you are, and why are you? Who are you, and why are you here today?
I'm Lee Moldaver, a board member for Coast and a strong supporter of Coastal Rail Now, and someone who's been commuting by train for a large part of my life, both back east and here for business. People don't realize you could take the Amtrak Surfliner right down to Burbank, and it's 120 yards to Burbank Airport, and you could connect with JetBlue and Southwest and Alaska Airlines and get anywhere you want. And it's a terrific way to commute. You can do work and Wi-Fi on the train. You don't have to worry about traffic or gas or accidents or parking. You get to the airport completely unstressed out. Less expensive plane flight usually, more frequent than Santa Barbara Airport. The service is stellar, And of course, the views for the first half of the trip going down the coast are world class. People come here from all over the world to experience those kind of views. And if you're looking for an interesting thing to do for people who think they've done everything, I encourage people to take the Surfliner north, do a day trip to San Luis Obispo, go through all those areas that are not accessible by car, like Hollister Ranch and Bixby and Vandenberg. And if you go up on a Thursday, they've got all of the downtown closed for the farmers market, and you can see the town, and all the cafes are set up along the street. It's just a perfect way to see parts of the Tri-County area you can never see by car, and you don't have to worry about parking. Service is reliable, people are very friendly. It's just a great asset for a coastal community like Santa Barbara.
Do you know what the approximate cost is from Santa Barbara to Burbank, taking the train to go to the airport?
Well, it depends whether you go for coach or upgrade to business class, but you know, it's usually somewhere between $18 and $30 each way. But you know, if you're with
not bad,
if you're with the Auto Club, or you access the website for Santa Barbara Car Free, or a couple of other things, you're sometimes eligible with 3 days advance purchase to get various seasonal discounts from Amtrak. So sometimes it's even a little bit less. And if it turns out you have to travel for business a lot, there's actually a frequent user ticket that'll get you a permanent discount.
And you said taking the train to the airport, Burbank Airport. Once you get there, how far is it to get to the airlines?
About 120 yards. And
it's a short little walk.
Not only is it a short little walk, there's actually a phone on the train platform. And if you've got a lot of luggage, or it's hard for you to walk, or the weather's really bad, they'll actually send a free shuttle from the airport terminal. It will drive 120 yards in a van, pick you up, and drop you off right at the front door.
Nice.
So if you have mobility problems, or you have a lot of luggage, or it's raining, or whatever, there's even that. But you know, it's really like a 5-minute walk or less.
Well, keep up the good work, Lee.
Thank you so much.
So, who are you?
Dennis Story.
And tell me about your involvement with all of this.
Well, I'm the guy that put this together, and this is the 5th year we've done this event. And it's from Coastal Rail Now. That's our mission, is to bring more rail service, specifically a commuter train from Ventura to Goleta. For those people that are stuck in traffic, we want to give them an option.
And if people want to participate or support you, how would they find the organization?
Well, you can go to our website at www.coastalrailnow.org, or our parent group is Coast Coalition for Sustainable Transportation, and that's at SB-Santa Barbara. I'm sorry, coast-santabarbara.org, and there's a link to both sites there.
What are some of the misconceptions about rail?
That people don't ride it?
People do ride it though.
You see that, right? You were on the train, you know how good, you know, people love the train.
Any other misconceptions?
The cost. Because if you ride the train as it is now, just an intercity train, you know, it costs you maybe $20, you know, to go, say, the distance of the commute that we're talking about. However, if we have a specific train just for that route, 34 miles, I believe, we would probably estimate that to be $5, $6, $7, something like that. The Vista bus is, I believe, $4 now, and it's heavily subsidized. So, I mean, we're in the ballpark, and that bus is going to be stuck in traffic. We're going to be riding the rails, we're going to be cruising right on by.
Any other misconceptions? I know one is that they don't run on time, but they seem pretty reasonable.
Well, when you run a train, like say from Los Angeles to Santa Barbara, that's a long way, and there's bound to be hang-ups in between. But if we run a train from Ventura to Goleta, 34 miles, that thing's going to be on time every time.
Also, some people think it's not that nice on a train. It's dirty or whatever, but it was like a nice airplane.
Exactly. I think that's a misconception altogether. I think the train is wonderful. I've always found it clean, and services are there. You have your restrooms and your cafe. You can get up, walk around, look in the dome car, see the sights.
The dome car? What's that?
Well, I'm sorry. I'm getting carried away. There are some dome cars, but the Surfliner has a second level that you get up higher and you can have a better view. But I saw a dome car yesterday from an old Zephyr train, and it took me back. And I'd love to see those dome cars back again.
We could have that. Yeah.
Yes, we could. We used to have it, but we don't now. We've gone backwards in development of our equipment, but we still do have good equipment, and we're starting to make equipment again, and we're starting to increase the trains on the tracks serving the people. There's an increasing demand, and there's an increasing number of trains being run, and the coastal corridor is one of the more heavily ridden corridors in the country. It's the third busiest. So people use it. I mean, people may not think the trains are being utilized, but you count the cars on the trains, and it seems to me they're adding cars all the time. Where there used to be 6 or 7, now there's 12 or 13. That means more people are riding.
Also, they're quieter than some people think. There's no more of the clickety-clack. Huh?
That's because of the welded track. They used to have the riveted joints. Now Union Pacific has made a campaign to go and weld all the joints together. So you don't have the clickety-clack anymore. It's a smooth ride.
It is.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else the viewers should know about trains?
Come and ride. I wish you could have been here today. I'm happy for all the people that were here. We had a great crowd. National Train Day, we'll come back again next year and 1 year from now. And I hope to see everybody here. Bigger and better, and every year it gets bigger.
Also, once again, where are the train stations in this area? There's Santa Barbara, downtown.
And there's Goleta, near Fairview and Hollister. And down south there's a station in Carpinteria. And then there's a station at the fairgrounds in Ventura. And then on further is a station in Oxnard, on Oxnard Boulevard around 5th Street. And then south of that is Camarillo, near the Lewis Road exit of the 101. It's right below the 101 freeway. And then it takes a turn over towards Simi Valley, but also stops in Moorpark on the way to Simi Valley, and then in Simi, and then on into the San Fernando Valley.
And the whole way, fascinating views you don't normally see, right?
Absolutely. It takes a route you never see. It's away from the road, and it's beautiful pastoral views that you have. You never see otherwise.
Well, Dennis, keep up the good work. Thanks a lot.
Okay, thank you.
And I'm hard of hearing, so I'm making sure I can understand them.
What's your name and what do you do?
My name is Ken Kelly, and I'm one of the model railroaders in Santa Barbara area, a member of several clubs and locally that do this kind of work whenever we can to promote railroading.
Now, what's fun about this type of club?
Well, what's really fun is to get younger people interested in railroading and actually to ride the train. And that's the effort that was done today to try to encourage ridership and also particularly to get the automobiles off the highway so that they can commute from down south to Santa Barbara and back without having to drive their car.
And it must be fun to play with model trains too, huh?
Oh my goodness, yes. We have a weekend. About 2 weeks ago, we had a full weekend, 2 days, where we had over 100 people to the house playing with trains for 2 days solid.
Really?
Yeah.
If someone wants to do that, how would they find out about your organization?
They're mostly railroaders, and recently our this young gentleman here, he is one of our hopes for the new generation, because we are a little bit on the older side that now have the money to buy some of these things, and it's very unfortunate that trains cost so much money, so we encourage people to try to do what they can and come up and play with ours.
Now, if someone wanted to check out one of the club meetings, is there a phone number or a website?
We have brochures here just for that. Both, I'm a member of the South Coast Society of Model Engineers, also the Coast Toy Trains Club of Santa Barbara. Those are both Santa Barbara clubs. And then there's Fullerton, there's Fillmore and Western.
Well, for this area, do you know the phone number they would call?
The information's on the brochures.
I'll get it off of there.
Yeah.
And lastly, anything else viewers should know about what's going on?
Well, we just try to come up and try to advertise National Rail Day, and that's kind of the impetus to do it once a year down here at the train station.
What do you have in your hand there?
This is one of the new, actually this is quite an old one now. They got some new ones, but it's a electronic cab one. So we can run the train through wireless, honk the horn, run the bells, turn on the smoke, and have the passengers talk to each other with this. It's another way to the current generation of how to run a train. This is called a TMCC, Train Master Command and Control.
Okay, yeah, what are you about to do?
Well, I'm going to go ahead and get the Metrolink to come out of the station. So when he's ready to go, he honks twice.
I think I heard it.
And if,
it's that one.
You know, it's going backwards. Okay. There we go. Change the switch. Yeah, it's okay. They don't know what I'm doing.
You're the engineer, huh? Now that looks like fun.
It is. It's a new way to run trains instead of the old transformer that you had to stand there. We can go anywhere and run the trains, and it's just a lot of fun today with all of the new electronics. It's kind of like an iPhone for trains.
Now, who are you and what are you with?
My name is Ed Leska. I'm with the South Coast Railroad Museum. I'm also a member of the National Park Service, volunteer with the Anza National Historic Trail.
And where's the Railroad Museum?
The Railroad Museum is 300 North Los Caneros in Goleta, adjacent to the Stowehouse Museum.
What can you see there?
We have the old country railroad station built in 1901. We also have a small train ride, about a half a mile of track. We have a caboose from the Southern Pacific Railroad, and exhibits in the building itself in a HO model layout.
Well, thank you.
You're welcome.
Now, are you guys also with the Railroad Museum?
Yes.
Yeah, we're both interns.
What's the name of it?
The South Coast Railroad Museum.
And what do people like about it?
We usually get a lot of kids with their parents. They usually ride our little train we call the Goleta Short Line. That's the main attraction, I would think.
Okay. Anything else people should know about it?
Yeah, people are free to come visit us from Wednesday through Sunday, and a lot of people have birthday parties there, and the museum grounds are open to the public, so if they're welcome to come and have picnics there and whatnot.
And what's the name of it again?
The South Coast Railroad Museum.
Well, thank you guys. Keep up the good work.
All right, thank you.
Well, hi there, and you are?
Hi, I'm Paul Dyson. I'm the president of the Rail Passengers Association of California. We're a non-profit, statewide group, all volunteers that promote passenger trains throughout the state and in the western United States.
And what's the website?
Our website is railpack.org, railpack.org.
And what do you have here with you today, material?
Well, we publish 6 times a year our magazines called Steel Wheels, and in it we have articles about the politics and the economics of passenger rail, and also items of general interest and news about what's happening with passenger rail in the state.
How can people get it?
Well, you can join our group you can go online to our website, railpack.org, and there's links there that you can join us. You can pay by PayPal, and basically it's a very low minimum donation, and you put all of our funds to promoting passenger rail, very low expenses.
And what book is over there? What other?
The other book that we have is written by one of our members, Jim Loomis. It's called All Aboard, and it's a guidebook to how to ride a passenger train, how to get most out of our passenger rail network around the United States. Tells you all about the different types of sleeping car accommodation, dining cars and coaches, and how to use the nationwide network.
Now, some people take a plane to get some destination on a trip, but I guess the train is can be its own destination, right?
That's right. An awful lot of people who've got time prefer to take the train anyway these days. A lot of people really dislike air travel, so they get a lot of enjoyment out of taking the train. But also the train takes there's a variety of routes around the western states, very, very popular with overseas tourists and with Americans alike. It's a great way to see your own country and to relax and enjoy yourself while you're doing it.
Are there any misconceptions you're aware of about trains?
Well, a lot of people just think that they're old-fashioned. A lot of people don't even know that they still exist. So a lot of what we do is education to let people know that the railroad is still out there, that there is service to a lot of communities. But also we want people to know that it can be greatly improved, and for a modest investment we could have a lot more service.
Thanks a lot, and keep up the good work.
Okay, thank you.
Well, hi, and you are?
I'm Dino Frangos.
And what's your involvement with trains?
Big train historian. I've got a little Dino's Train Store, and I really enjoy Lionel, and I enjoy the railroad.
Where's your train store?
Milpa Street.
And what's good about having trains for a hobby?
It's kind of a bit of a passion. It's kind of a fantasy. It's the only toy that you had as a child that was really suggestive as power, and you could do whatever you want with it. You could run it, and your parents never knew what was going on. So you had your own little world. And everybody got really into it until they developed this new thing called dating. Then you forget about the trains and look at them as they're later. It was kind of fun. And trains are so important to the development of the coast here, Santa Barbara and all that stuff. So we're fortunate to still have the railroad coming right through town. It's an amazing transportation source. You don't have to fight the traffic. You can sit there, have a cup of coffee, go into LA or any place else, and you go up in the Vandenberg and see all the area of the coast and the Hollister Ranch, and there's no other way you can go see that stuff.
Now, if people have trains for a hobby, is it expensive, or can they start small?
I think it starts small. It's basically, it's not really changed, but it's actually childhood memories, childhood dreams. And you realize it's not the train, it's just something you've had from your childhood, something you're able to play. It's something you put the train down, all of us, and the kids are coming up, the adults, the parents. It's kind of fun. It's a really positive thing to play with.
Who tends to be into playing with them these days?
You never know. It starts with the grandpa or grandma buying somebody the train, or the mom buying the train. It's funny, Lionel used to make the trains, would always do strange colors on different things. I said, why? Because it was the woman who bought the train. It was the mom who bought the train for the kid. Dad would play with it, but mom. So you would see green signals that were actually silver or black in real life. Why? Because the mom, they would go after the mom for the market.
Could it be good? Is it good for people in old age too, to keep them active?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's a suggestion. It's a suggestion of America's greatness, the travel. We've got such a great continent, great country, and it's just the rails kept everything together. Because you realize that the 8-foot right-of-way carries as much tonnage as an 8-foot superhighway.
And where's your store again?
On Milpa Street, Dino's Train Store, the 320 North Milpas.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.